With the new year comes the opening of the spring exhibitions at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. 4 new exhibits are now open and set to entertain visitors of all ages.
Hollywood in the American West was organized by John Wayne Enterprises and the John R. Hamilton Archives, and it includes 68 photographs by John Hamilton, behind-the-scenes photos that he took over 5 decades. He worked on many kinds of film, but these are all Western. His favorite was the Western, and so this exhibit is a tribute to his favorite and to the genre that it inspired. What makes this exhibit unique is that, most of the time as moviegoers we see the finished product, but Hamilton takes us behind the scenes and reveals the people and the process behind them. Even though they're Western films, it's not just for people who are interested in Westerns. If you're interested in photography or maybe just Hollywood in general, people might not recognize John Hamilton by name, but they'll definitely recognize the people in his photographs.
A Yard of Turkey Red, the Western Bandanna. It's a fun look at the American bandana in the West, where it came from, and how it's been used for over 100 years. Of course, the bandana was often called one of the favorite tools of the cowboy, the horseman, the caballero, the buckaroo. It had become a fashion statement at the time. It was one of those things that the cowboy, like the title says, they could go into a mercantile, a store, and buy a yard of cloth and drape it around the neck. They couldn't afford fancy clothes. They couldn't afford high-dollar shirts and things, and they needed useful working pants. But they could buy a bright bandana, and all of a sudden they become a dashing figure horseback. One favorite element that I think the public will really like is Mr. Tillman, who collected all these, was able to find a partial bolt of cloth that was similar to what is shown in the show, and it was used as bandanas. It's from the 1850s, maybe 1855. It's remarkable. It still has the maker's paper labels on it. It just takes you straight back to the 1800s.
The Artistry of the Western Paperback contains about 48 of the 4,000 paperback books from the Glenn D. Shirley Western Americana collection. And the whole premise of the exhibit is to ask, what is art and who determines it? It's a lot of action scenes. It's extremely pulp art. It reflects the heyday of the golden era, they call it, of the paperback, which was the 1940s and 50s, and which is where most of these come from. It's very colorful, very vibrant. It's just a lot of fun.
Also newly opened is the Power and Prestige Children's Gallery. A complement to the existing Power and Prestige exhibit, this gallery gives kids a chance to explore, make noise, create, and learn about Native American culture in a fun and dynamic way. The new exhibits will be on display until May 14th, 2017. To plan your visit to the museum, go to our website at nationalcowboymuseum.org.